to Salty Sunshine where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
I'm good. Welcome back. How's it going?
Good. Just watching lots of TV and sewing.
Did you start the ultimatum?
Started the Ultimatum and watched Sex Lives of College Girls. Ultimatum, I'm only on the first episode though. Or I just
Oh
finished the first
no.
episode.
Tell me
How
that's
far are
not
you?
true. I think I'm like episode 4 or maybe the beginning of 5, but
Whoa.
I just saw like right before this I squeezed some episodes in, but there's a spoiler. I don't know if you want to know, but it's
Why
pretty
would you
good.
spoil it? It just came out.
So did you see the first full episode?
Maybe no. I think I had a few minutes left. Why?
Do you have any initial thoughts?
I do. I think his name is Dave. That's the guy,
Yes.
right? He's
The one that
trouble.
said something awful to his partner?
In the very beginning.
Yes.
Yes, in the very beginning, he was saying that he's like into someone else, like not even from talking to them, like just sitting at the table.
He's like, it's very likely I'll have a
Right,
connection. The girl across from me, it's like, I'm like, divorce. We're not even married, but divorce.
right. Like this process hasn't even started. Okay, he's trouble. I already know it.
He's trouble, but the irony, I mean, it's just like men do this, right? Talks all the smack, and he's the last one to do a thing because all he does is talk smack.
Right. I did see the part where he was like getting jealous that she was
Oh,
finding a
he's
connection.
having the worst time ever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a twist. I won't tell you who, but two of the couples get up and dip. And it surprises everyone, and they just like pack their shit quick, and they caught him on camera, and they said backstage they had to have a conversation with him, but they freaking left.
Oh,
And
don't tell me. I want to be shocked.
I won't tell you who, but it devastated the partners because now the two partners are alone that they were hooked up with, because they partner up with.
Oh, they dipped after they partnered up?
Yes,
Oh,
they couldn't handle the pressure cooker.
oh my gosh. That
Crazy.
sucks. That ruins the other person's experience. So this whole time they have to just chill by themselves?
Or try to get to know each other.
Right.
But I mean, it's so funny because the whole time from the beginning, this is the kind of show that's super interesting, but it does give me a pit, and it gives me so much anxiety because it's like it's different than dating somebody. It's like you're breaking up temporarily in front of your ex's face, and you still have contact. Like they can still text and call you the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
which is anxiety. Plus, you're seeing like you're interacting with another person in front of that person. It's just weird. It gives me so much anxiety because the struggle's real. So it's like, oh my God. So it does give me anxiety. I do think it's interesting, but I was thinking at the beginning of the show because I do remember in past seasons, like this, remember that one girl that got up and she's like at the table when they were going to pick their part, she's like, forget this. I know what I want. This is my man boat. I'm out of here. So they left. They're like, we're not doing this.
Yeah, I remember that. I think that was the first time someone like just dipped right in the beginning.
Yeah. She's
But
like, this is not worth my time. Like, no,
she was
I'm
the
not
one that was given the ultimatum, right? I'm pretty sure. And
probably
then she probably like clicked and she was like, no, we're
the
not doing
blonde
this.
girl. She was blonde.
Yeah, I think it's because he was actually connecting with someone else, so she freaked out.
And she didn't want to take the risk. And I wonder if we could look up if they're still together. I'll look it up. We'll
I
talk about it.
know.
We'll talk about it next time. But so I was thinking, I'm like, my God, like these people, especially that guy Dave, like you're having such a hard time. Like, what? Like, are they allowed to leave? Apparently, they are. So there you go.
Yeah, they should have like a contract that they have to stick it out for a couple weeks.
I don't think that would be good TV though, because they'll be miserable and they'll be hating life there.
Right, but it's usually just one person who's like, we gotta go. So then the other one can kind of push through and would probably enjoy it. I'm surprised they allow that, but there's one guy who I can't tell if he's good or bad, and it's the one that was shoot.
There's Vanessa. I'll tell you the names: Vanessa and Dave, Chanel and Micah. Micah's a guy. Sandy
Okay.
and Nick, Aria and Scotty, Mariah and Caleb, Zaina and JR. What does he look like?
Whoa. It's the one where the couple they first started mingling at night. The girlfriend got upset, so she like started crying.
Yes. Was it Arya and Scotty? Because they don't live in the same city, right?
And maybe, yes, I think it's that one.
I think, yeah. So it might be Scotty. That he's really into Zaina.
I think so. It's the two that were
They held
that gave
hands.
the ultimatum.
Yes. Zaina and, yeah.
Yeah, and they
Zaina,
both talk about how like they love when someone knows what they want and stuff like
yes.
that.
Yes. And they
And
held
then she
hands and
freaked out, she started crying.
yes.
But he kind of like snapped at her.
Yes.
And he was like, he always does this, or like he gaslights. So I'm like, I wonder if like she's not fully into it because he kind of isn't the best. I can't tell.
Well, it's interesting that if he gave the ultimatum, he was quick to just go with someone else. It's like, hello?
Right.
Hello? And the other one that was quick, that didn't even like skip a beat, the one that even just in the introduction, she's like, that guy across was so cute. JR was so cute. The, what's her
Oh.
name? Sandy, right?
The
Nick's,
one, the same couple that we're talking about?
no, another one. The girl with the long straight hair. And then
Oh,
she's really into JR, which is the black guy,
maybe.
really fit.
Yeah, I think I know what
Anyways,
you're talking about.
catch up.
The one that's
Okay, leave
the one that
college girl, whatever, and get on Ultimatum, and you can revisit College Girls because we will not be recapping College Girls because I don't watch that.
okay, really? You never watch it?
I saw like one episode of the first season, and I just never kept going.
Wait, I actually love that show. It's so easy to watch and it's so funny.
But it's not recappable. It's like a Friends, right?
No, I know, but I did want to talk about one thing on that episode
Yeah.
that I just watched from Sex Lives with College Girls. This one girl just joins a sorority and now she lives in the house, and I think it's so funny how they're portraying them because she's getting charged like she didn't wear a certain color that night, so she got charged for it, or like billed, or she didn't attend like a meeting, so she got charged like $25 or $80. And it's
Jesus,
so funny because that's like real. It looks ridiculous on the show, but I remember that they used to do that to us in the
disgusting.
sorority and charge you if you didn't show up to something, even though you're paying to
Right.
be
That's
there.
what I was gonna say. You don't pay enough just to be part of it.
Right. So I thought
Wow,
that was funny.
that's wild. They should at least give you like a check mark, and then the third or fourth, then you get charged, but like not every time.
Right. But it's also wild to find someone for not participating in the sorority, even though like you pay to be there.
Oh my god. All right. So the ultimatum. Catch up. We'll really dive deep next week.
Yeah. I don't think the one with like the 10-year gap is gonna last.
This is
He's
why you
with
need
like
this is why you need to take notes. 10-year gap.
it's the
Oh,
one with the guy's older and she's in LA. She wants to keep partying. He wants to move out to the
isn't that
country.
the one that was into the girl with the long straight black hair?
I think that's her, yeah.
She's
And
the
then,
one that I said she's so quick to like think the other guy's hot and she's so
mm-hmm,
into the other guy now. Yeah.
yeah. And the guy that she's with that's older, got a connection with, I think her name is Vanessa, and they're both like quirky people, really nerdy. They say themselves that they're nerdy. But yeah, I feel like they don't like actually match. Their personalities don't.
Yeah. It will be interesting. Keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
Keep watching. Um I just thought it was so funny because I just did the reality recap with Fabulous Natalie a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking about reality. And it just reminded me, I saw today Bethany Frankel from Housewives of New York, the skinny girl, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
skinny margarita girl. She just posted on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's not on there anymore, but Lisa Rinna is like a lifetime. She used to be in like, what do you call those? The soap opera. She used to be like in the soap operas a million years ago, and then she was like in Lifetime type movies and stuff like that. And then she got on Real Housewives, and she's married to a guy named Harry Hamlin, and he's like an old time actor too. I don't think he does much anymore. He might have done some stuff recently, but not really. So they've been married forever, and her daughters are the models. One dated Scott Disick. Oh, I forgot their names. The two models, whatever. So Lisa Rinna the ex-housewife, her husband cooks. That's his thing. He loves to cook. He does recipes. And it was even on the show that he sent like one of the cast members like a pasta or something, and she didn't say thank you, so it was a whole storyline. But he's like known for his pasta sauce or whatever. So he sends Bethany Frankel reviews everything. My God, that girl is like a walking QVC. Like she just everything from
Mm-hmm.
Peanuts to Delta Lounge to anything and everything. That girl is videotaping everything. It's so funny. But she loves to do food stuff. So they ask, can we send you a package of like of his sauce and his kit or whatever? Because they want her to review it. And so yesterday she goes on and she gives a scathing review and she's like, hell no, this is not edible. This is a no. This is a no. Like she's like honest about it. So she like, it's negative, but it's just her honest opinion. She even had her assistant try it. She's like, immediately no, there's too much wine. Like, it's gross. And so it's just funny because everyone's like, you're ruining his brand. Like that's his stuff or whatever. She's like, she came on today and she's like, PSA, I'm a business owner. Everyone else is too. I'm not going to just like badmouth the small mom and pops. If you're a celebrity and you send me something, don't send it to me if you don't want an honest review. She's like, I'm going to give you an honest review. People are broke out here. There's people that spend their money and they look at me because they know I'm honest, and I'm not going to give them a fake review and have them spend money on garbage. So that's it.
Real.
And I was like, I love her for that. It's so true. It's like what I like when, I mean, we're nobody. I give a beauty tip of the week. I'm never going to give a beauty tip of something that I don't actually like or love and use,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, what's the point? It's like, I'm not going to just tell you a bunch of bullshit for no reason. It's
He's
like,
so real for that.
she's so real for that. I'm like, thank you. Because she's like, it was just so funny because she's like, did it have too much wine? Yes. It tasted
Wait,
like
what was the
vinegar,
product?
a pasta sauce.
Oh, okay.
And everyone's in the comments, they're like, you can't eat it cold out of the jar. You got to heat it up. So she made another video. She's like, all right,
Oh.
you sons of bitches. Like, here we go. Here's some pasta. It's like, heat it up. Let's do it again. She's like, immediately, no, it tastes terrible. I was like, oh my gosh. She goes, you know what you do? You take the sauce, you pull out all your product, you sell it for 50 cents or you throw it out, you lose your money and you revamp the product. She's like, I've taken a loss. I had bathing suits. I had a $60,000 investment in all these bathing suits. They didn't fit right. Everyone's like, no, just send it to like off the shelf or like discount, whatever. She's like, why? So people could pay less for garbage? Like, no, I took the money, I ate it, I lost $60,000. It's my brand. It represents me. I'm not selling it. So she's just like, I don't care. I've ate money now. Like, don't send me stuff if you don't want to, whatever. I thought that was
Also,
great.
people are gonna eventually buy his stuff, taste it, and not like it, and he's still not gonna have customers. So you know what? Maybe this was
Yeah,
a wake up call they needed.
but he'll get a lot of sales if she says, oh, this is great.
Right.
It's going to take a lot of people buying it before they're like ill.
It is kind of crazy that they didn't have like a deal. Like he just sent it to her.
But that's what people do. They just send stuff.
Right.
There's never celebrities get sent stuff. It's just them
No, I know,
showing a
but I'm
photo
saying
of it is advertising.
no, I know, but like you
Don't you
gamble with
see,
that.
like Kim Kardashian and all these people? They're always posting photos. Thanks at whatever. Thanks. They don't even say anything about it. They just say thanks for the gift.
Okay, I always see that, and I think it's such a waste. Like someone just saying thanks, and like you see it.
But you
Okay.
see it on their
Out of
page.
like,
It's
I know, but
advertising.
you see it on their page, and if it's like the 10th one, like I don't know, I think it's a waste. No one's paying attention to
Well,
that.
they don't think it's a waste. It is
Clearly,
a waste though because they're not going to use it. It's going in the garbage or somewhere.
right?
Yeah. But I thought that was great.
What's this company that did that like a completely different way or like backwards? Is that he sent them a box and it was an empty box and there was instructions in the box and it said all the stuff they usually get that you're not even going to use, put it in this box and we're going to donate it this Christmas.
Oh,
So it was actually a really cute idea and it was great marketing because it blew up. So instead of them like being another company that sends them a product, they were like, send us your products that you're not using because you guys get so many products and we're going to donate it. Great marketing.
yeah. That's funny. So the big news this week, well, there's a few big newses. So Brianna Chickenfry and her Grace O'Malley, podcaster slash best friend, they're on the outs. Like, have you seen all that drama?
Who's on the outs?
Brianna Chickenfry
Mm-hmm.
and her best friend of childhood or however long they've known each other. And she did a podcast with her called Plan Brie,
Oh,
and they're BFFs. But now they're like on the outs, and they're like,
why?
we don't know the details. So when she broke up with Zach Bryan, apparently he had a lot of friction with her best friend, or a lot of her friends, and one of them was Grace O'Malley, which is her podcast host. They put the podcast on pause, and I don't know if they were supposed to come back or slowly stop doing the podcast. But apparently, Brianna Chickenfry posted something saying that they might come back with Plan Brie and blah blah blah. I don't know, but then her friend posted, "I was so blindsided because I didn't know this," and so it's almost like she did to her friend what Zach did to her in the breakup. When Zach posted "We're broken up" without telling her, she posted something about the podcast without telling her best friend.
But he posted about the podcast being back or done.
Or being done and possibly revamping it to bring it back, but without that girl. Like she did something behind her back that the girl
Oh.
felt blindsided. So everybody's coming after Brianna Chickenfry's neck, saying like, "You just did what that guy did to you to your friend." So it's all this stuff. It's yeah.
I mean, she learned through Zach, I guess.
Or like I always say, it takes two to tango. If you're in a toxic relationship, you're probably a little toxic yourself.
Right.
You know.
I know, now stuff is going to come out about her.
Well, she's supposedly doing a tell-all on Call Her Daddy.
Oh.
I don't know. But that's a little drama. The other drama that's huge, and I feel so bad. You know, I like the Hawktua girl. I don't know her name.
Okay, this is
Love her.
confusing me, but yes.
Okay, so I like her. She's so sweet. I hated what she got famous for, but then I saw her talk. I'm like, oh, she's so nice. She came out with like a crypto
Mm-hmm.
coin, and now she's getting investigated and she's gonna get sued. And that sucks. And I'm like, why would you get into something you have no idea like what you're doing? So she did the
Right.
crypto coin, and so the people that had the investors had it up, and all these people bought. And an hour or two later, it went up to like a lot of like valuation. They sold, the people that own most of it sold, which is the people on her side, and it dropped it to nothing. So everyone lost their money, and that's illegal. Like you're not, so everyone's pissed, and I feel bad for her because she probably has no idea what the hell's going on.
Right. She just like had the money, had the fame and name, but like
Mhm.
she doesn't know what's going on when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's so weird that you can just make a coin. Hawk coin? Like you can just make a coin.
Yeah, because it's not real.
I know, no, exactly. When people are like that's why crypto will never actually be a thing because it's not real.
Well, the name's real. Like, it's real
But
virtually.
right, but there's just anyone can make one. Like that doesn't make
Like
sense.
Dogecoin, isn't that Elon Musk's? I don't know.
Yes.
I just feel bad for her because I know that she probably had nothing, she had no idea. And I don't know the ins and outs. I just know that, some companies do that. Like, I don't know.
But how did they mess up so easily? Like, did they not know they can't do that? Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
I don't exactly. Maybe they're a bunch of like people that don't know.
Idiots.
Yeah, maybe they didn't realize the price would drop if they did that. Maybe
Right. They
they're
had
like,
no idea
"Oh,
how it
I'm going to
works.
get my money now that I can because it's up," and then
Hmm.
they didn't realize how bad the effect would be or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And someone buying into that again.
They
Come
have
on.
money to burn
Right.
for sure. Um so crazy. And then the third story, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, they are so toxic.
Wow, I'm kind of shocked cuz they've been together forever.
They've been together for a while, but recently she came out with did she come out with poems about how much he sucked?
Did she?
It was like poems or like music, or she came out with something.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she has a new movie on Netflix.
Oh, I
Like
guess she's still making
Deliverance or
movies.
some Deliverance or some she's a robot. She's like a yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How could
So
you be together for so long and then break up when you're pregnant? It's the same people who like were together for so long, finally get married after 10 years and then break up in a year.
it's so wild. And so they broke up over Thanksgiving. Apparently she found something in his phone and probably cheating. And then she
Mm-hmm.
broke up, but it's like again, exactly, like why get pregnant? Eh.
Well, she didn't know, but why cheat after all this time?
Do
Unless
you
he's
think
always
they'll
done
get
that.
back together?
I feel like a baby in the mix definitely makes it hard not to.
And it's his first
But
baby. So she already has kids, but he doesn't.
I thought he had a kid.
Does he? Oh, does he have a kid?
I think so, right?
Oh, I don't know. But either way,
I could
yeah,
be wrong.
yeah, terrible. It's sad.
Yeah,
And then
that is really sad.
it's rumored that she already has some dating somebody else. I don't know if that's true because that would be weird.
That would be weird.
But it's like a
That
rumor
is
that.
just really sad for Megan, though, if he did cheat and you're pregnant and then this whole experience is kind of ruined.
Do you know who's not sad? Her ex-husband that she left him for Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, did she?
Brian Austin Green from 90210 is her ex-husband.
I know, but she left him for
I think so. If
MGK?
she didn't leave him for Machine Gun Kelly, she like got divorced and right after she like it was pretty. He was pretty, and he was left. He was like with the kids all the time, and I think he had a hard time with that. So he's not sad.
Yeah. Well, they seem toxic, so maybe they should break up.
I don't know them obviously, and I'm not gonna act like I know what's going on, but I do think somebody like that, like I feel like her whole thing, when you have to be that hot all the time, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
a recipe for disaster. Because does he like you or does he like what you look like?
Right.
Like, not that I'm not saying he doesn't like her. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's so much pressure, like the image, and it's almost like a caricature of your relationship, and you can't just like. Have you ever seen her in sweatpants since she's been with him? Like, how can you live like that?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe she has been, but like, if you can't let your hair down and like be yourself, I feel like that's too much pressure, and you're putting on a persona.
Right. You're always putting on a show to be this like certain couple.
Yeah. So maybe
Mm.
they'll get back together. I mean, they should because they've already been through the ringer.
I'm sure whoever he's cheating on her with is not cute either. The hot ones always get cheated on with lower.
I don't think that's correct. I think a lot of people get cheated on whether you're hot or not. You
No,
know,
I guess.
I don't think you get cheated on because you're hot. I think everyone gets cheated on, including the hot girls.
Right, but it's never with someone hotter. Is what I'm saying.
Is it? Of course it is.
No,
No?
no.
Anyways, you'll be happy to know the Desperate Housewives, they're going to reboot it. No, yeah. Desperate Wives. Desperate Housewives or Desperate Wives? Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives.
They're going to do a reboot. I know.
Wait, with the same people? Or are they like
With
remaking
it.
the show? Because then that would be annoying. It will not
Let's
hit the
see.
same if it's different characters.
Well, it's probably going to be different characters.
They're always remaking shows, so I don't know. Doesn't reboot mean like remake?
Reboot could be like a Full House was reboot, but then it was like some of the same characters and then the younger kids, or it could be like a whole new cast.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't even say. It says he has different ideas of how to bring it back.
Oh. So he's not sure yet.
They'll probably make some sort of integration with like some old, some new,
I
depending on who.
mean, Gabriella Solis is still acting, so I can't imagine she wouldn't come back.
And so is Eva Longoria.
That is Eva Longoria.
Oh, I haven't seen that show in 5 million years, so
I'm
that would
obsessed
be
with that show.
fun. That'd be
No,
fun.
that's very exciting. I
Another
forgot
thing
how it ended.
I don't
But
know. Don't ask me. They're the original housewives. They were actually married, though. We were saying on the reality recap, we're like,
Mhm.
none of these freaking women are married. Like, change the name of the show. It's so dumb.
Right. You're not a housewife in any way, shape, or
You're just
form.
single people.
Right. You all have businesses. You're not a housewife. Half of them don't even cook. They're not housewives.
I know. It's wild. It really is. And honestly, if you're not going to let them be real, like, change that too. It's not reality TV anymore. It's like scripted.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Did you see everyone thought Paige, or there was a rumor that Paige and Craig broke up? Rude.
Very
It's
well.
been denied.
Of course they didn't break up because you see pictures of them like they're hanging out.
Right. Haters.
What are you gonna do? I don't know. Do you think they're gonna last? I love Paige and I love Craig and I love them together, but I don't know if I see them lasting.
I just like can't imagine him in New York, and I can't imagine her in Charleston. So like, when are they ever not going to be apart?
And I also can't imagine them going on like this much longer. Like, come
Right. It's
on.
been years of them doing long distance. Honestly, if they do stay together, I feel like they're going to be long distance for the entirety of their relationship. Like, I think they're gonna be like snowbirds, like 6 months here and 6 months there.
The distance is not for me the issue. The issue is they don't want to move forward in any way. Like, get engaged, get married. Like, you can do all
Mm-hmm.
these things and still be long distance. You can get married, you can get engaged, you can have a baby, you could do a lot of things and still make it work. I just feel like it's like the momentum, like it's not going anywhere.
Right. It's
It's
pretty
like
stagnant.
you're still in the dating stage, like the early dating stage years later.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
They seem good, but like, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a yes or a no. I am a firm. I have no idea if they're gonna keep. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up, but like, they could last. I don't know.
Did you watch Southern Charm? Just started. Did you see it?
Oh no.
I love that show. It's
I've
my
only seen
favorite.
episodes here and there. I've never actually watched it
I love it.
fully.
It's so good. And Skinny Confidential, Madison from Southern Charm, which I love. She's the funniest. She's on there, so I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow first thing
Mm-hmm.
for
Very
sure.
fun.
There's a song on TikTok. Have you heard it? It's like the Wicked song is no longer in my head, and now it's been replaced with this song, and I can't stop singing it. So it's "Cause I'm too messy and I'm too fucking clean. You tell me get a job and ask me where the hell I've
Okay, mom.
been, and I'm too perfect." Okay, so Sophia Richie did a little TikTok with that song, and she was just going like this, and
I
everybody
know,
was
and now
thinking,
it's the Sophia Richie dance, the messy dance.
she's not doing anything. We're going like this. Like, people are just like losing their minds. Like,
People idolize other people way too much.
idolize or just like freak out over absolutely nothing.
Right, they have too much time on their hands.
That song is
She's
really
literally just
catchy
going
though.
back like this, and that's it.
It's a good song. Wicked was playing in my head
Oh,
nonstop, and now this song is playing in my head.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So Sophia Richie just had a baby clothing launch for Amazon.
Cute.
So
Oh, I
cute.
saw people say that. Everyone was commenting like, well, when are you gonna do adults?
So cute.
That
I
was
love
really
that
cute.
for her. She's very like a cool girl, so
Yeah, she had the rebrand of a century.
rebrand from Scott, you mean?
Yeah. She was more like Kardashian-esque, and then she came back when she was married. And now she's like Chanel-esque.
I think she still dressed when she was with Scott pretty good.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah. I love it though. Oh my god. Heather Dubrow, Miss Fancy Pants from Real Housewives of OC, she has a podcast, and she had the girl from. Did you ever watch Nobody Wants This on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
Jesus, Luke, Brianna, such a good movie, and they're gonna come out with part two, a second one. But
Key.
one of the stars, they were talking about holidays and Thanksgiving and what they were doing and plans, and she said something I've never heard anyone say, and I'm like, that's exactly how I feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, she gets me. She was like, growing up, like, our family's super close. We love each other. There's no, like, nobody hates each other. There's no drama. But my parents simply, we weren't that family. Holidays mean less than zero to me. I could care less. So whoever I'm with, my partner, I'll do whatever they want to do, because literally, if I stay home in my pajamas, I don't care. Like, it means nothing to me. She's like, any holiday means nothing to me.
You sound like the Grinch.
That's not the Grinch. It's like, I feel like it's such a healthy way to be because people get so depressed around holidays if they don't have plans and it like ruins their life for a second. I'm like, I never feel like that because it's just like another day.
That's true.
So, if
Like
they don't
this
have,
year, I'm gonna be just with my scoop for Christmas.
yeah,
And I'm saying that's fine.
I know you catch up on things. You see, I mean, I feel like having some time to just do whatever you want is like so great. So,
Yes, I'm so excited. Everyone's gonna be out of town. I have no excuse but to like sew and like just be with myself. It's gonna be fun.
yeah, it's like a time off. Like you can breathe a little, like no
Mm-hmm.
pressure. You don't have to be here, you don't
Right.
have to be there. And I'm
So I
sorry,
love
but
socializing during Christmas and Thanksgiving. They're super close together. So
it's super close together and it's like, yeah. So I love that she said that. And then on Heather McDonald Juicy Scoop, she was talking to I forgot who. And she was saying, which you're gonna laugh, we need Karens in this world. So everyone that is like always pissing off everyone saying, oh, she's a Karen. Yeah, thank God you have Karens because they're the ones that make your world better. Like the people that
mind
mind their
you,
business don't make anything better.
only a Karen would say that, and that's why you're saying this.
Well, I think we have different definitions of what a Karen is. I think I actually disagree with that statement, but I know what she meant. People that mind their own business are kind of selfish and don't care about what happens around them. People that care if it affects other people, they do something about it, and those are good. I don't think that's a Karen. I think a Karen is somebody that like your bush is like 2 inches too high and they call code enforcement on you. Like it doesn't really affect anyone or anything and they have nothing else to do with their life. So they complain about stuff like that. To me, that's a real Karen. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
like beating a dog or something's happening that affects other people and you report it, I don't think that's a Karen.
Right. A Karen is someone who's like, they don't have any, like, it's
Life.
not necessary. It's
It's
not
not
helping
necessary.
anyone. It's just because they want to bicker.
Right. Right. But I'm saying I think you kind of put Karen and a lot of people put that name on things that are necessary. They need to happen. Like
Right. I think you're just getting defensive with it, but I don't think
because
that's not
I
how
do
I see Karen.
because if I see a dog without a leash, I'm gonna like tell the person something and you would say that's a Karen.
I've never said that to you ever.
Oh well
So
someone
you're
else
kind of just projecting or something.
no,
I
someone
don't
else
know.
might say that would be a Karen and I'm like, that's not a Karen because I'm looking out for the dog.
Right. That's not the same thing.
Well, they
Like
were
people in HOAs, the head of an HOA, they're Karens.
but that's their job.
I know, but they take it too seriously, and it's the
Yes.
people without kids because, like, usually those are like the PTA moms. They're one and the same. So it's the ones without kids, and then they join the HOA leadership because they can't do it to kids, so they're gonna do it to the adults in the HOA.
Oh my God, there's this lady. I don't know if you've ever come across her on TikTok. The one that had this, or still has, this ongoing feud. She moved into this house with her husband on a lake, has a river or lake, a body of water. And her neighbors is this older lady with her husband, and she is not even a Karen. She's like an alien, awful human being. And she's called the cops on them like a million times just because her kids will go in the water. They put a fence in the water, which is dangerous and illegal, just so her kids couldn't go to her side of the water. You don't own water.
Oh,
And it's been this ongoing feud. And it's like, she's called the cops on her 8-year-old sons that just want to fish and have fun with their friends. Like, she's awful.
oh
You've never come across her?
no! Buying a home near someone like that is my worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare. I mean,
And also,
that is a
at
bad
what
person.
point should they get arrested for calling the cops too many times over something that's not
They've gone
illegal?
to court. They've called the cops 1,000 times. They've talked to HOA. They've talked to Fish and Wildlife. They've talked to this. They've talked to that. It's been ongoing. Everyone's like, just move. Like, this is insane. It's so bad. Yeah. I think her
That's
name
insane.
it's like Boy Mom or something on TikTok, but I haven't seen her in a while. But a year ago, I would see like all these stories. I'm like, what a nightmare.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
That's a nightmare. So, anyways,
Oh, I did see this one on TikTok though, where it was like an old lady came over to this guy's house because I guess they were They weren't even outside. They were like in their home, and it was like only 7 or 8 p.m., not even late. And she was like knocking on their door, and she was upset, and she started yelling at him that he's too loud, blah, blah, blah. And it was an old lady, and the guy was so nice about it, and he invited her in, and the lady was like, okay. Like, she was just
Oh,
like an old, lonely lady. And
aw.
once he showed her compassion, they became besties.
Oh. But what was
Yeah,
she complaining about? Music?
just like noise.
Oh, okay. I wonder if he still played the music after that interaction.
No, she came inside to hang
No, but
out.
I'm saying days later, weeks later, like
Oh, I don't know.
you don't know. On Peacock, the last thing I saw that I wanted to talk about. I don't think you do. You know anything? Do you remember Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah.
So there's a documentary on Peacock about the guy that started that. His name is Joe Francis, and he used to be like an elite guy. Like that's where Courtney met, I think, Scott at Joe Francis's Mexican. People go to party at his Mexican mansion or whatever, and I think that's where Courtney met Scott. And he was, all over the place. Hanging. I think he dated Paris Hilton. He's like one of those. Um, so it's a documentary on Girls Gone Wild, which I remember because that was back in the 90s or whatever, 2000s. And they would basically just go like with a crew and camera and like just go to all the spring breaks and like videotape women, girls like showing whatever, but it escalated and it turned into like porn, whatever they call it. And and the documentary, it's like so, I mean, I've always known he's gross. He's such a douche, but there's a girl that said that she went to spring break and she was on a boat and they had all these beads and it was so cool to have all the beads. And then this guy asked her, if you flash me, I'll give you all these beads or whatever. And she did see that they had cameras and stuff like but she didn't think, she just thought they were just drunk idiots. And then she was on TV and her whole high school saw it. And she's like, out of all the girls they're videotaping, why are they showing me? And so the print, like she said, even a teacher said, oh, can I get your autograph? And like, it was really embarrassing. And back then, it wasn't like today that you get fired and stuff, but
Wait, was she a teacher or was she a student?
she was a student.
Isn't
She said
that
she stopped
illegal?
going, she said it was so bad, she stopped going to school.
Isn't that illegal?
Yes. And then when she came across like a lawyer, someone talked to her and they're like, you could sue them because that's illegal. And she's like, but I was a willing participant. Like they didn't make me do it. He's like, it doesn't matter. You're underage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called, and they're exploiting you on camera. Like you didn't give them permission to do that. And you can't, you're a minor anyways. But, so she did like settle with them for a very small amount of money. Like, yeah. And for them to like stop showing that footage.
So, Girls Gone Wild documentary?
Yeah, Girls Gone Wild on Peacock. And so this is what's really interesting. That guy Joe Francis, he is like what do you call that when you can't go back to the US because you're wanted? He's like an
A
exile.
fugitive?
He's like a fugitive, he's in exile. And he's been in Mexico this entire time for a million years because he can't come back here. But he has a ex-wife with 2 kids and she does come back here, which I don't understand. They know exactly where he is.
Right.
So why can't they get him? I don't know. It's been like that for a while. And
Wow.
because he owes all this money because they sued him for some, I don't know. Like it's so weird that they know exactly where he is, but they won't get him.
I guess.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
He's a douche. I remember there was a celebrity couples therapy. There was a reality show called Couples Therapy or something like that. And he went with his wife. And I do remember they had the weirdest relationship. She's like the skinniest girl you've ever seen, very young. And she had an eating disorder. And she said it on the show. And I don't know, their dynamic was so bizarre. I do remember, like, what am I watching? This is so weird. Yeah. But now they're divorced.
Wow. They got away with so much back then. It's kind of
So much.
crazy.
And the guys that the documentary shows, like the guys that worked with him, they're like, yeah, we just wanted to make money. And then like he would tell us to do some stuff. And then like I did feel like the biggest loser. Like I'm watching and I didn't realize the girls would lie about their age and then they ended up being underage and then it turned into like more stuff. And then apparently he assaulted people. And it's so bad. And then he would tell girls, like, you know, it was popular back then. So when he would come out, either a club or whatever, or the other van, they would do that crap in the van. They would have girls come into the van and do stuff, and like girls in line to do it. It was so weird. And then some girls would be like eager to be part of it, and he'd be like, "No way, are you kidding? You're not good enough. You're ugly." He would tell them, "You're not getting on my."
But like, why do girls feel the need?
It was a thing back then. I don't know. It was
That is
wild.
crazy.
And then the girl would cry, and the boyfriend would come try to beat him up.
No, insane.
So that's interesting if you're into documentaries.
No, I'll definitely give that a watch.
Yeah,
Did
give
you
that a
see, that
watch.
reminded me of, did you see Jay-Z was named?
Oh,
He's
Jay-Z.
officially the first celebrity to be named
So
by
he
a
was in the Diddy
accuser.
lawsuit. Not in the Diddy lawsuit, in his own lawsuit,
Mm-hmm.
but having to do with Diddy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so Jay-Z is pissed, and his lawyer, or he, came out saying, whoever's accusing me of this, show your face and reveal your name. Like, you can't be anonymous, tarnishing my name and ruining my reputation. Like, you got to show who you are. Because she's trying to
Right, so
say,
then he can go kill her.
okay, well, that's a concern, but I do think if you're gonna accuse, I don't think you should be able to be anonymous unless you're a kid. That's your
I think you
choice.
should be able to be anonymous.
I don't think
And
so.
obviously, like, the court knows who you are, but the world doesn't have to.
If the world hasn't, well, he has to go through it through the world. Why doesn't she? What if it's not
Yeah, but
true?
they must have enough evidence, maybe? Or,
No,
like,
it's 20 years ago or more.
mm,
What evidence? I mean, unless it's on tape. I'm
I
just
mean, it's
saying, I could.
Jay-Z. He was best friends with, like, Diddy, obviously, and then Epstein Island guy, and then there was one other. It was R. Kelly. Like, he did something.
Okay, but that, forget Jay-Z. I'm saying in general, I can see both sides. Like, why? And as an adult, you shouldn't. When you call the police, by the way, to report something or something happened, can I just tell you, they won't come out unless you give them your information, and that's public record. So why are you allowed to sue someone and say that kind of crap and not be public? I don't know. I can see it both ways. I can see how, like, why are you allowed to stay anonymous? You're an adult. Like,
Right, but I wouldn't come out because I'd be terrified because he has all the money in the world to hire a hitman on me.
that's true. That's true too. So I could see both sides. But yeah, so yeah, we're
I
gonna,
totally believe it.
yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens, but there's so many lawsuits. I don't know how they're gonna get through all that. Like, how did
But
they
I
even
want
get?
the evidence.
You
I
yeah,
want the evidence. I want to know.
I don't know how we're
Because I
gonna
don't want,
know.
like, all these celebrities to be named and then, like, nothing happens. And,
So I guarantee you, there's no evidence from 25 years ago.
yeah.
So,
Unless Diddy was stupid enough to keep the tapes, and I think they did find stuff at his house. So, but we don't know what yet. So we'll see.
and I heard something about like the girl being 13 at the time, and then Diddy fighting with J Lo that same night or something.
People are saying J Lo's involved, and there was a girl watching Jay Z do it. So it could
Do
have been
you
Beyonce
really?
or J Lo.
Okay, I don't know J Lo, but do you really think that's true? Like, I'd be shocked if that were true
Jay Z.
about J Lo.
Oh, um,
I'd be shocked.
I don't know. She has like this mean girl aura, and obviously that doesn't mean you're like a that bad of a person.
Like, I would,
But
I would think maybe like maybe she saw something nefarious and she's just like, like telling him off, and then didn't like really do anything. But like, I don't know if she could stand there and watch that. Like, that's another whole nother like.
I know, but we don't know people. I don't know.
We don't exactly, but I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked about Beyonce though. She gives me like
Why?
evil vibes. I don't know.
I don't think Beyonce's evil. And she used to come off so sweet, and I used to love her. And I think she just changed when she got into this relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Like with Jay Z, she gives me dark vibes.
I think dark because she's in a darker place because of her relationship, not because she's a bad person. You know?
I mean, maybe she didn't know and it was just Jay-Z, but I don't know.
Oh,
That
and
would
they
suck
said,
if she wasn't involved, but now she's getting pinned for it because she's married to him.
and I think I saw that Beyonce's mom liked like a post of someone talking crap about Jay-Z, like with
Well,
this
yeah, he
issue.
cheated on her, so maybe she wouldn't be all too upset if he was thrown in jail.
I know. So crazy.
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to see that's going to come out, Pamela Anderson is in a new movie called The Last Showgirl.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
love
looks
her.
good.
Yeah, it looks good. So we'll watch that.
Yeah.
You mentioned when you were here over Thanksgiving that movie Amelia Perez.
Yeah.
Okay, is that good? Like, what have you heard about it? Because I'd never heard about it, and I saw it the other day. Selena Gomez is in it.
Selena Gomez is in it.
Okay,
I forgot that other lady who's in it, but she's in a ton of stuff.
I was about to say, oh, Zoe Saldana.
Yes, her.
Okay,
Apparently she's good in it.
she's good in
Selena
everything.
Gomez, yeah, she's good in everything.
Everything.
Um,
I love her. She's like
Selena
the best.
Gomez, though, apparently is getting kind of bashed on
Mm.
because it's a Spanish movie and she doesn't speak Spanish, so she had to learn it for the role. But people are like, she didn't learn it well enough. Like, you shouldn't have put her in a role that she's not prepared for.
So wait, the movie is in Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
There's some English in there, but it's mainly Spanish.
Okay. And what is it about? Because I read that it was about a lawyer trying to get a drug dealer type of person, like to
I think
do.
it's a drug lord. I'm also confused about this, but
Yeah.
from what I've seen, I think it's a drug lord and he fakes his death. And I think Selena Gomez is married to him or like boyfriend or something like that. Um, he fakes his death and then he comes back, and Selena Gomez doesn't know that this is the person because he's a trans now. Like, he
Right.
turned into a woman
Did
in
he
order
turn
to
into a
fake his death.
woman to disguise himself or because he
Yeah,
wanted to turn into a woman?
I think it was to disguise himself.
Okay.
And then Selena Gomez meets the one but doesn't know that was her ex. Yeah, I mean, apparently it's good. Oh, also it's a musical.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people went into it not realizing it was a musical. They were
Oh,
so confused.
that's like my worst nightmare. I'm like, no.
Right. Everyone was like, it didn't need to be a musical. Like, it's a dark story. It didn't need to be a musical. But the story is really good, apparently. If you can
But
get through the musical.
it's not a true story.
Oh, it's not? Because that's a juicy story.
It's not a true story because it looks like something that would be a true story, but
Yeah.
it's not. Nope.
Um, but yeah, apparently her Spanish isn't very good.
Okay. Well, she's Latin. Her parents are Puerto
She's
Rican?
Mexican.
Oh, Mexican.
She's Mexican. Um, she said she used to be fluent, but like she started acting when she
Yeah.
was like 5 or 6, something like
Yeah.
that.
She doesn't probably
So
talk to
people were like,
anyone
"When were you fluent? Like, you never spoke Spanish before."
she probably doesn't talk to anyone in Spanish. If you don't speak it, you kind of lose it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a guy who's apparently a very good actor and very famous in the Spanish movie world, he's the one who was critiquing Selena Gomez and her Spanish, and she came out with, "Well, I did the best that I could." And I don't know, like, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have gotten the part then.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, yeah, you did the best you could, but you could still get critiqued. Like,
That's true. But I don't think
yeah,
it's in regular theaters, is it?
I think you have to go. I don't know.
Because the one I saw, it was playing here at a like one of those like little independent theater films. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Well, one day we'll see it. There's too much to watch.
I know. It was a lot.
I'm so overwhelmed. It's like, yeah, it's like a chore at this point. I'm like, oh my God. So, all right, that's all we got for this week.
Yeah,
How many weeks left? 2, 3 of the year?
maybe 3.
Wild.
Crazy.
Wild. What do you think 2025 is going to bring?
Blessings.
No, like fashion, makeup. Hello. What's
Oh.
important? Brianna's like, I think the angels are going to come down. Oh,
Have you seen any trends?
I know skinny jeans are back. I don't think they ever left. And beauty
Right.
trends as far as skincare, antioxidants, exosomes, ceramides are huge, which I love ceramides because they make your skin so soft and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that as far as ingredients. But it's the less is more. You want to do like not too much and just get the active ingredients and like stick to like, you know,
Yep.
there's too many products. It's just too much.
Too much.
So,
I think we're also bringing back color and
oh,
eclectic
in fashion,
vibes. Yeah. Color and eclectic vibes. People are kind of over the beige, millennial beige. Or I think it's
the,
millennial gray and then Gen Z beige. I
the
don't know.
nude, the nude
Yeah.
like palette.
Mm-hmm. We're
Yeah.
bringing back character.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Okay.
you know, we'll see what happens with that. So we'll see you next week. That's all we got.
Bye.